War and cover the Peloponnesian War. In today's lesson, we're going to discuss what the purpose of the Peloponnesian War was. We're also going to talk about the effects of the Peloponnesian War. We just completed the Persian War, and we wrapped up the Persian War. We're talking about the Delian League, and that the Delian League was really more an impactful thing for Athens. It was more a league set up to help the city-state of Athens. And that was a lot of negativity toward the other city-states in the eyes of other city-states. So, there have been two city-states that have emerged over the Greek unit. You have Athens on one side, you have Sparta on the other. Athens had become this wealthy city-state. The taxes and other money is being pumped into the Athens city-state. In 431, before Common Era, Sparta says no more. Sparta decides that they want to become the supreme city-state. Sparta decides in 431 BCE to attack the Athenians. The Athenians stayed inside their city walls. Plague ends up breaking out inside the city walls. It kills a quarter of the Athenian population. The Peloponnesian War is a 25-year war. It's a long, drawn-out war. Nobody can get the upper hand. Sparta has no navy, though. So the Athenians can continue to pump in supplies through their Athenian ships to its people that had the plague. And they can continue to bring them food and other medical supplies that they need to survive. And this is a downfall for Sparta because they have no navy. So what happens? As a surprise, Spartan ends up turning to the Persians, of all people, for help. That's a bit of a surprise. Spartans and the Persians had it out for each other, but they end up turning to the Persians for help. They made a deal. In exchange for land for the Persians gave the Spartans ships to help cut off the Athenian supply line. Because of the supply line being cut, the Athenians could not save themselves anymore. The Spartans end up beating the Athenians, and as a result, they got control over the city-state supremacy. But the Spartans were not successful as the Athenians at ruling. They ruled Greece unsuccessfully for a series of years. Spartans' rule was short and cruel. As a result, they could not continue their rule for a long period of time. Fighting begins to break out among smaller Greek city-states, and because of this, this is the end of Greece as we once knew it at its height earlier in our unit. So today, we have talked about the Peloponnesian War. We have talked about that the Spartans end up beating the Athenians and gain supremacy over the city-states. And we talked about that the Spartans were not able to rule Greece successfully, and that fighting breaks out among the smaller Greek city-states, and it ends Greece as we once know it earlier in our unit.